Now let's watch a short clip on who plays important roles in the governance of RPTs. All banks should ensure that every RPT is conducted free of conflict of interest. The terms and conditions shall be at arm's length and in compliance with laws and regulations and bank policies. So who at the bank has the responsibility and accountability with respect to RPTs? Well, they are the Board of Directors, key management and several special units of the bank. Now, let's explore the roles of the Board of Directors in RPT governance. Board of Directors. The general duty of all directors is to be loyal to the bank, to act in good faith, and to make decisions to protect the bank's interests. Overall, the Board of Directors has responsibilities to establish and approve a policy on conflict of interest and on RPTs, ensure that management implements the policy, at least annually review the policy to ensure its continuing relevance and adequacy, and oversee reporting of all RPTs to the Supervisory Board, shareholders and the external auditor. Among the Board of Directors, in best practice, independent non-conflicted directors have a primary role in reviewing RPTs, approving or disapproving material RPTs, and ensuring RPTs are well managed and disclosed. Independent non-conflicted directors have no link to management, owners, or others that could influence his or her decision making. Independent non-conflicted directors should be capable of independent and objective judgment of RPTs. It is recommended that independent non-conflicted directors should be identified and that their duties and powers are formalised in a committee charter. Independent directors may form a board committee responsible for the review of RPTs. Another common practice is to extend the role of an existing board committee, for example, the Audit Committee. Independent directors would be able to effectively support the board in its duty to manage RPTs. Besides boards of directors, key management plays an important role in the governance of RPTs. It is the role of management to ensure appropriate handling of all transactions in accordance with bank-approved policies and procedures. Management is responsible to institute specific control procedures to ensure adequate RPT documentation, robust analysis of the transaction, correct application of policies in the RPT assessment, decision-making, and reporting of RPTs. Specifically, senior managers approve de minimis RPTs within their authority levels, are responsible for identifying and appropriately handling RPTs and flagging unusual and problematic transactions, are required to report directly to the board committee charged with RPT oversight any undue influence in a bank transaction by a director, senior management, or significant shareholder. Overtly support and communicate RPT policies, practices, and controls to all relevant staff. The Board Committee of Independent Directors should work closely together with compliance, internal and external audits to ensure a robust RPT system. The Compliance Department is responsible to ensure that all RPT policies and procedures are compliant with local regulatory and bank policy requirements. The compliance function should report to the board on compliance with RPT regulations and bank policy. Internal audit is responsible to provide independent assurance that there is a robust RPT system in place. Internal audit should regularly test the operating effectiveness of RPT policies and procedures. Internal audit should report to the board. The independent external auditor has strict requirements regarding RPTs and should specifically review RPTs when performing an audit of financial statements. The external auditor should ensure the effectiveness of RPT policies and procedures, and that all RPTs have been identified and correctly reflected in the financial statements. The external auditor can provide valuable insights to the board or to the audit committee on the systems required to maintain robust RPT oversight, and should be able to advise on how to set up and develop the RPT oversight process. In conclusion, open interactions between the board committee, charged with oversight of RPTs and compliance, internal and external audits, are key to a robust RPT system.